relationships. All right, we know what you're thinking.
It's not that kind of relationship.
Exactly. That's topic for another video, hopefully. But yeah, so we're sisters, and people are always asking us why we get along so well. So we just thought we'd share a couple of tips with you
On, sustaining and preserving relationships with, friends, family, or anybody.
colleagues, co-workers, your parents. It could just be anybody. So yeah, tip number one.
Yeah, we have 3 points to share with you. So.
Exactly. And tip number one is one that I love so much, and that has helped me a lot in just different kind of relationships, but especially my relationship with my sister. And it is, don't sweat the small stuff. What do I mean? I mean, we all have those little things that get on our nerves, but is it really worth mentioning? Like, I hate it when people leave the cupboards open or something, or just small things. She has a lot of things that I do that like irritates her to death, probably.
Well,
but
not to death. It's okay. 'Cause I don't sweat the small stuff. So.
yeah, so exactly. So I mean, just you don't always have to mention every single thing. If that little thing that pisses you off or that annoys you, if you mention it, it is gonna cause a 15-minute fight where you guys, at the end of which you're gonna stop talking to each other. Is it really worth it?
Things like that just cause like a misunderstanding, and it blows something so small into something so big, and at the end of the day you cannot even remember why the heck you were fighting. So the best thing is that when things like that happen, when you see things like that, take a deep breath, swallow it, and keep moving. And of course,
keep it going.
There's some times where you have to address some issues, but just ask God for wisdom to know when those times are. But the little things, the little things, they're not always worth bringing up. And the same thing in a marriage just also applies to couples. I think most especially when you first get married to someone, you're discovering all their little tics and stuff, and you're like, okay, this is crazy. I was not brought up like this. I was brought up to put the sugar here and here. Just stop and.
All right, tip number 2 is, wait for it, you're not always right. Seriously, just let that sink in. You were not always right. And I think the fact that we think that we know everything, or that we're always right, that gets in between a lot of relationships with parents, parents and kids, siblings, just any type of relationship. You're not always right. Leave room for that other person.
Yeah, it's totally, we're not always right. I think it calls for a bit of humility. Even if, you're so sure that you're right, just accept that. Like, leave room for a compromise,
Exactly.
That's actually really an important factor in relationships.
Yeah.
It's compromise. So always leave room for the other person's point of view or side of the story, even if your side of the story is so, so you're so sure that you're the one that's right and all that. Just leave room for that other person's point of view, that other person's side of the story, or their own perception, and just say, you know what, okay, I accept your part, but this is also my part, but I accept that let's just say that they're both truths. There does not always have to be a winner. Actually, in a relationship,
Exactly.
there are no winners, and there should be no losers too.
Exactly. I mean, sometimes you just need to take a step back and just say, okay, I get what you're saying. I might not necessarily agree, but you know what? I don't have to have the final say in this. I don't have to be the one to win, like you just said. All right.
So I guess that brings us to the last tip.
Are you gonna share? I thought you were gonna share. You wanted to share this one.
No, please go ahead. You share.
Share.
Me.
Okay, I forgot what it was.
So, number 3, do not expect anything in return. That is the third tip. Do not expect anything in return. Is sometimes in a relationship we can feel like it's a one-way street, and we're always giving, loving, being generous, thinking about the other person, and we get nothing in return. And quite frankly, it can be a bit hurtful. It can be you feel like just letting go, like cutting such people off. You feel like you're being cheated out. But as Christians, it is our duty to love and it's the kind of love, it's not the kind of love that we're preached to, that we're told about in the world. It's the love that gives and expects nothing in return. As Brother Paul says, you know, owe no man nothing except for love. And it's hard, it's actually a process, you know. At first, you know, like you're loving, you're investing in a relationship, you're always the one asking about the person, no, but the person is gonna give, you know, fish fingers about you. But that is okay, that is what we have been called. You just have to reprogram your mindset to not expect anything in return. Nobody owes you anything. Just give what we have been called to give, and that's it, with no ulterior motive of being, given a pat on the back or being called out as the best friend or the best wife or the best whatever. You know, just do what you have to do and move on.
Yeah, I know, like, I've been frustrated a lot of times, and
It's
I've heard
really
other,
frustrating.
I've
It's
heard-
hurtful. It's irritating.
And like I've heard like other people tell me how they're frustrated because they're always the ones to text one person, or they're always the ones to call that person up and to check on that person. And it is so frustrating. But you know, the Bible does says that it's easy. I mean, it's super easy to love people who already love us. Or I mean, the tough thing is not loving on people. It's just persevering. You know, just show love. And the Bible says that we will be recognized as God's disciples by the way we love, and that is an extraordinary love because everybody is capable of love. You know, whether you believe in God or not, you believe in Jesus or not, you are capable of love. But so imagine the kind of love that we're expected to show. It doesn't matter what the person is giving you back in return. You're being selfless and you're doing it for that person because you know you're doing what you're called to do. So yeah. Don't expect anything in
On those days you feel frustrated, just remember this verse. Do not be weary in good doing. It's in James. So
Yeah.
we hope we have helped you. This is just a short video on relationships. So 3 tips that have helped us, you know,
3
to
tips.
be on such good terms. And I mean, it doesn't mean you won't fight or disagree. You have to disagree. You have to have people that will challenge you, that will, you know, kind of get you ruffled up a bit.
Yeah.
But just to preserve your relationships, we hope these 3 tips are gonna help you, okay?
Trees and flowers.
Yeah.
It's spring. And also, we're not saying be a complete pushover or anything like that, but it's just don't make a big deal out of anything. Just
Okay.
let certain things pass.
Thank
Like I said,
you.
3.
Thank you for watching. Bye.